Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And I'm your mom.
Oh,
I'm Matt. I'm Matt. What's up? Boy, am I sick. I'm not sick. I think it's just allergies or a really bad man cold.
yeah, you sound stuffy.
It's pretty rough. It's actually, this is day like 3 of it, so it's getting better, but like my throat is red. I got so much mucus in my stomach, it's not even funny. Sorry, trigger warning, I guess, if you're grossed out by stuff. Content warning. No, yeah, like I am not great. I thought it was COVID because my skin was feeling like really sensitive. But I took a COVID test. It said it was negative, so fingers crossed that was accurate. Otherwise, I'm good. Yeah.
I think it's gonna happen again. Hold on.
Are you sneezing or vomiting noodles again? Man, this is a whole episode full of grossness. So the crap I took earlier, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that to you guys.
I don't think it's stuck anymore.
Good.
Okay, so for the listeners, I made homemade Alfredo for dinner. And I had spaghetti noodles and not
Alfredo, like fettuccine?
Fettuccine. That's the word I was looking for. And I took a bite, and I guess I didn't chew enough. And I got a piece of noodle stuck in my throat, and I coughed it up on as Matt and I were prepping to get started today, and it was really gross.
Yeah.
And as he was explaining the grossness of how his body was, I ate another forkful of spaghetti and almost had the same thing happen again.
Goodness. Love that.
Well, I didn't think I was going to actually mention it on the show, but didn't really want to.
Good news about post-editing. You can cut it out if you don't like it.
Nope, it's there now. It's stuck in part of the show.
We do minimal editing here at Garlic Boys Productions, LLC. And by we, I mean mostly Connor and sometimes Vaptor and very, very seldom me. But I'm picking up more of the slack, or at least trying to, as long as I could get out of this lovely depression.
Yeah, I mean, just open the application once. That's
right. Like that's the first step, but getting to my computer is really the first step. Actually, getting up off of the couch is the first step. And then it's walking across the house, then up the stairs, then sitting down in my chair, turning on my computer, hoping there's not any updates. Man, there's so many steps. It's crazy.
Honestly, you're getting upstairs is the hardest part of that whole thing.
For sure. Yeah. You visited here for the first time.
I did visit your house, and it's such a lovely house. It's a great little like entryway with like a 1/2 inch step up for some reason.
I don't understand it either.
But it's a very lovely house. I just don't really fit in the stairwell all that much. As well as none of your stairs are the same height, I think.
Correct. For reference, just for the listeners out there, I didn't build this house, so don't come at me. I just bought it. It was the nicest house in like a 50-mile radius from where I was.
House.
Yeah, it's a really nice house. It's just got some character, I guess you could call it. The basement stairs are about as wide because they're right underneath it's like your classic double stair kind of thing.
Right.
They're just about as wide, if not a little bit less wide than the upstairs, like going upstairs stairs. They're
problem with your basement stairs though is because it's built right underneath the upstairs stairs. It's the height for me that I can't get into.
Yeah.
Like, shove my body in to go downstairs.
Yeah, there's also like rusty nails protruding from the walls in certain areas that I may or may not have scraped myself on once or twice that I need to get rid of. Why they're poking out of the wall, I don't know. but they are.
That's concerning. That's something you should look into.
Yeah. So there's some things we've been very slowly but surely fixing up the house as we go, but this is not a long-term home. This is our like first home. We're gonna have maybe 2 kids in this house, and then we're bouncing either to a different country or another house, whatever comes first, you know. If things start going really bad, a different country. If things are pretty decent, then another house in probably Pennsylvania.
Right. Wouldn't want to move too far away.
Yeah. Man. I want like there are 2 extremes. Either move like to the next town over or move across the world to a completely different country. I heard Iceland's pretty nice this time. There's
Is it?
3
It's
months.
almost winter.
Yeah, that's fair. There's 3 months in Iceland where they just like the sun does not set. Like it's up all the time. So that would be fun.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
Well, they have like it's like in Alaska. They have those like blackout curtains that will shut out all the light so you can sleep. The other benefit living there is that they're like 3rd in like life expectancy or like health or something like that, because all their food's like organic and all that, like it's all good for you.
We should move there so I can ruin that statistic.
We should move there so that maybe both of us could get healthier, and you know, like that's an option.
Well, here's the good news on that front.
Yeah.
Apparently, starting today, hopefully, I should be able to get health insurance.
Hey, all right.
Like on the cheap. And so not only can I actually go see a doctor,
Good.
Like a general practitioner, you know, shout out my doctor. I can talk to him.
Shout out to the doctor I'm not going to name.
Shout out to the doctor. But I also found a plan that has mental health included in like the coverage.
Yeah, that's good. Good stuff.
And so maybe I can have some dopamine.
Maybe.
Just kidding. I have a ton of dopamine. It's serotonin I need.
Oh man, see, I'm the opposite. I have no dopamine and all this good serotonin chemicals, you know. I'm about as stress-free as they come. Most of the time. But I have 0 dopamine.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. So, I'm gonna input my G-spot here right into the podcast, in the middle instead of usually at the end like I do.
You don't have to call it you don't have to call it that. You could just be like, "Hey, here's my topic for the week."
Wait, I don't have to call it what? No, because it's not my topic. It's my G-spot, my garlic spotlight. I want to talk about what we both know and love, and that Mario Party Jamboree is probably the best Mario Party game to come out ever.
Okay.
I may be exaggerating a little bit, but I
don't think you are.
So the one problem I have with it is that the games take longer. And by longer, I mean like maybe an extra 30 minutes per 5 rounds.
Right.
So every 5 rounds that you add, it maybe adds 30 minutes to like the normal Mario Party playtime. So instead of an hour, it takes an hour and a half, blah, 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 blah. Other than that, I'm stoked about this game, and it looks like they're going to add two more maps like as they go, so they didn't put everything out at once, which is already 4 maps. So there's going to be 6 maps total. Sick. And we've played all 4 so far, and they are solid maps. Like there wasn't anything like much to complain about the maps. The raceway gets a little repetitive, I guess. It's a shorter map. And the Goomba map is really tough because you can get stuck on an island for like 2 rounds while the tide is down or while the tide is up. So if you don't have a pipe, you're just circling the island endlessly until you can get off the island. So
And I'm guessing there's not a shop on that island to buy a pipe.
not on all of them. So that one can be a little rough, but it's very similar to the in Mario Party Superstars, or Mario Party Superstars, the fruit one where you're on the fruit islands.
Super Mario Party, where the bridges can
Was it?
collapse.
Yeah, and the bridges can collapse, and you're like kind of stuck unless you go the other way, which is a long way.
Right.
So that it's similar to that, where you're just like stuck there for a few rounds. But luckily, all of the spaces on the one island I was on were lucky spaces. So no matter what you landed on, it was a lucky space. So like there's some benefit to it, but it also just kind of sucks that you're stuck there away from the star. I think we got 1 star the whole game.
The match that we played together, we played on the Wiggler, the giant Wiggler map.
Yeah.
And the fun component about that is he's a shortcut across the board to the other side where the star was most of the time. And all of his spaces are good spaces, or blue spaces. But if you ring the bell and have him go around to the other side, it creates a shortcut to where the star can be and like is still helpful. Excuse me. But since you've woken him up, all his spaces turn to negative bad spaces. And so it makes it a little bit more fun and competitive, and like can help you mess with your opponents by messing with the environment. I always love to mess with the environment. Such as the train in the Old West, the mine carts on the jump levels. I think the King Bomb on Super Mario Party. I always liked that. It was fun. We played with my mom, and it blew up, and she goes, "Oh, thank goodness, we don't have to worry about that anymore." And another one drops down.
Back.
She's like, "Oh goodness." The only reason like I'm not psyched about one is having to teach my mom the new controls, because there are some new controls with things, and this is a woman where we've had to yell, hit the back buttons, hit the buttons on the back of the controller, the ones on the top, the one the one, hit the buttons on the back, because if we say hit the triggers, she doesn't know what we're talking about.
Right. You can't use like video game speaks. Like I had to with Mia, I literally had to pick up her finger at one point and put it on the right button, because she's very similar. She doesn't play video games a lot, so she was struggling with some of the controls. But like she's getting the hang of it. She's getting better. I told her literally, you can go to the mini game island and just practice all of the mini games. Any mini game you want to play, you could just practice and get better at it, and then completely dominate everybody in mini games. Like it's awesome. There's also, I didn't mention this, there's also a single player mode.
Oh.
Yeah. So the whole thing is about part. I'm pretty sure. So you could always play one player with with like 3 other computer players, right? But this is a single player mode, which you can freely roam about the islands, right? So I started on the Goomba volcano, whatever, Goomba Cape, whatever it's called. I started on that one because that's like the first map, and you can freely roam around. It's like an RPG where you go talk to somebody, they give you a mission, you go complete the mission, come back to them, and they give you a reward. That's the whole thing. And it's all about like party planning. So you're getting everything, ready for the Mario Party. Which is kind of like the whole theme of this one is like planning the party. But you go around, you complete missions. There's a lot of times where you complete, like it's an item you pick up and then complete like as you go, as you're doing other missions and stuff. But it's like a lot of fun. You play mini games occasionally. Like it's actually kind of fun to just like learn the maps, I guess, and play just like a single player kind of free play mode. And so then you continue to move on throughout all the maps. I haven't gone past the first one because I had to like go to work when I was doing it, but yeah, I think that's pretty new to the Mario Party franchise that I know of, because I haven't seen it on the last 2 games. So
Super Mario Party is the main one that I've played because it's the one I've owned.
Yeah.
Ever. The other ones I usually just played with other people and things like that. Like, I think we played GameCube with Rachel and Diamond one year.
Right.
At the end of finals week. And so like the idea of each character having their own dice value, I'm not sure if that was unique to Super Mario Party or if that was something that was like standard and they got rid of it. I do kind of miss that because there was a competitive nature to what character you picked.
I think that would be a cool like optional thing. So you like just like a thing you could toggle on in the game menu, like before you start the game, if you want custom dice. But the problem is they had a limited number of characters in that one. They had probably like 12 characters maybe in that one, 10. And so they would have to now come up with 20 dice, or I don't know how many characters are in this one, if I'm being honest. Probably upwards of 20 custom dice for each of the characters. And I think they replaced that with, because that I believe was unique to that game. I don't think they've ever done that before. But with this one, with the allies, which the allies are kind of cool, but also kind of sucky.
The allies was my second gripe with this game.
The allies can be stolen. Each ally is unique and they give you a specific benefit. Some add to your dice roll, some give you random items, some give you coins at the start of the turn. Like, they're just all completely random, but they're all helpful. Unlike in Super Mario Party, where some of them can be, most of the good ones were helpful, but then you could collect bad ones, like the little bob-ombs. Sometimes they were not as helpful. But the allies can be stolen when anybody passes you. Like, they're automatically stolen. There's no like versus mini game, or there's no nothing. It's just they walk past you, they take the ally with them. That sucks because you go through an entire mini game to win this ally, and then they can be stolen like that, like right after.
And it's not a simple mini game. And I'm not sure if it's this. Is it the same game for everyone?
It's the same game so each ally has their own game, right?
Okay.
And so it's like a themed mini game. The Donkey Kong one was like a drum beat one. The Rosalina one was like you had to climb a mountain, I believe, to get to her. So they're all unique to the ally, but they're longer mini games than your traditional mini game, which is what is adding time to the game.
When we played, we got Donkey Kong as our ally on it. And I got to him first, initiated it, and the person who initiates the ally mini game gets a bonus for it. And so ours was we had to match the rhythm that Donkey Kong was drumming with our left and right triggers. And my area to hit was 15% bigger.
Yeah.
And so it was like easier for me to hit it. The game took like 10 minutes though.
I know. They're longer mini games, and I'm like, I do agree that's probably my one gripe with the game. Like, I haven't had many gripes with the game. Just because every Mario Party is gonna have its, I guess, issues, like depending on who you are, because like some people might love these mini games and the opportunity, like, you know what I mean? Like, for us personally, these are issues because sometimes we're looking for a quick game, and these add like 10-minute mini games to the game for a character that can be stolen instantly.
For me, it wasn't the disappointment with the time. It was the fact that I won. I hadn't gotten to move with Donkey Kong yet because Mia was 3 spaces behind me and took her turn next.
Yeah.
Or was it you? I think you stole it first, and then Mia stole it. And someone was like 3 spaces behind me and just went and stole it So it's like, why did we do the 10 minutes?
Right.
It didn't matter. It
If
felt like.
anything, make it a shorter mini game. That's like, or I don't know. I don't want to say no mini game at all, because like I like the mini games. I like that there's unique mini games for the allies, but I also hate that they can be stolen. So I kind of feel like they shouldn't be able to be stolen.
At least for the first round.
Yeah, like you should be able to keep them for a round or two, or somehow fight it off or something. I don't know.
I don't know. It felt like, okay, I did all that work and I literally got no reward for it. And I know our generation is so quick to needing satisfaction or whatever. Like, no, I didn't want like a good job. I just wanted to be like, yes, I succeeded. I have this ally now. Great.
Right. It's I don't even think it's about our generation. If any generation got something, like they completed a long job or a job that took longer than your average job, and they got something out of it, and then someone's like, I'll take that, and then just walks away with it, nobody would be happy with that, right?
Right.
So I don't know. This is a fantastic game. My favorite, besides maybe Mario Party 8 on the Wii. I loved Mario Party 8, but probably one of my favorite Mario Party games to date, and I'm a big fan. Just took way longer than I thought it would.
I'm definitely going to be to be purchasing that game.
Yeah, for sure. It's fun, and again, like I said, it looks like they're adding 2 more maps. I don't know when the maps. It's either a completion in game, like you have to complete blah 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 to get the maps, or it's like they'll release it at a later date, like as an update to the game. So I'll have to look into that one, but pretty cool, pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
they added
it a lot.
They added Ninji and Pauline to the game. They're like the 2 unlockable characters in the game as of right now. Whether they'll add more later, I don't know, but right now it's just those 2. Pauline is, for those of you who don't know, the original damsel in distress in the Mario Donkey Kong kind of universe.
The Jumpman game.
Yep. Yeah. And then it was later replaced by Princess Peach as like the love interest. And then the Ninji is just a character that has shown up not in the Mario Party games, but in other Mario media, and I think it's like a villain type character. I'm not 100% sure. He's adorable. I love him. He's like my main character.
Super Mario Week. Ninji are black and star-shaped devil-like ninja creatures and enemies first appearing in Yomi Kojo Doki Doki Panic. I apologize if I said that wrong. And Super Mario Brothers 2. With the game manual stating that they haunt the dreams of the family computer and Nintendo Entertainment System players respectively. Ninjas are originally portrayed with fang and claw feet in artwork, but later appearances remove their claws and replace their teeth with round buttons. Yeah. The large eyes also made rectangular and closely resemble eye holes in a stereotypical ninja costume.
Dude, that's like Doki Doki Literature Club.
Sure.
Well, Doki Doki Literature Club, I don't want to spoil it too much for anyone who hasn't played it, but it like will affect your computer, like the game files in your computer. Anyway, really cool. That's kind of interesting, but it's like a sleep paralysis demon.
Oh, interesting. I think this is the Japanese version of Super Mario 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So Yumi Koju, which it doesn't give me a phonetic speech for that.
You're good.
Like usually referred to simply as Doki Doki Panic, is exclusive to Japan. Excuse me. For the Family Computer Disk System, to promote its event called Yumi Kojo 87, which translates to Dream Factory 87. It was later released outside of Japan in the alternate format under the name Super Mario Party 2, since the original Japanese Super Mario Brothers sequel, Super Mario The Lost Levels, was deemed too similar to the original and too difficult for overseas players. Eventually, the altered Super Mario version of Doki Doki Panic was released in Japan as well, under the title Super Mario USA, with this box art being a recreation of the Doki Doki Panics, with the Yumi Kojo characters replaced with Mario, Luigi, Princess Toadstool, and Toad. And so, this is how like close it is. This is like the box art for the game.
Yeah, like I heard it's literally like the Japanese version of Super Mario 2. That's cool.
I don't know why it won't let me zoom in on it.
I don't either.
But here we go. Does that work?
Oh yeah. Here we go.
So this is like the Mario character. He's throwing these masks at what is just Shy Guy, it looks like.
Yeah, it's full on Shy Guys. It looks like what is the pixel art for in the background behind the Shy Guys. Looks like what's her face? Birdo
probably.
Yeah.
This is probably what they used to put Bowser in there, but it also looks like King Cool.
Yeah, it does.
This might be Toad.
It looks like Wario though.
It does.
But yeah, I believe that could be the Toad character. That's cool.
Yeah. What was this?
What the heck?
That's so wild. He is Toad. So here's like the pixel art of all of them.
Okay, yeah. So that's Mario. Luigi's
that's
the
Luigi. Yeah.
Peach is kind of the same, and then Toad looks like a weird Wario character. That's fun.
Yeah.
For reference, Doki Doki is a term used for the sound of a beating heart in Japanese sound symbolism. So that's why both Doki Doki Literature Club and Doki Doki Panic, that's what it means, is the beating heart. Fun stuff.
That's like how other countries have a different word for like how chickens sound, like what cows say and everything. So like us saying moo for a cow, we like the cow having an American accent.
That's wild. Do you have any topics this week, my friend? We've talked for a while about Mario.
I was just going to talk about our weekend, but we mainly did that with Mario Party.
That's all we did.
I mean, we hung out with your family at your Halloween party.
Yeah. It's fun.
It was great because when Autumn and I got there, a lot of your family had gone out to trick or treat, like the kids and their parents, and your mom had gone with them. And it was Autumn's first time meeting everyone.
Yeah.
And she decided to pretend like she had met your mom before, which was fantastic to watch because Kelly had no clue who she was. She said that she like figured she was Autumn because she was sitting next to me, but also like I could see the look in her eyes of like, I don't know who this woman is, and Autumn's fully pretending like they've met before.
I love it. That was the funniest thing.
And then Autumn's like, "You sure you don't remember me? Like, I can't believe you forgot." Your mom like just has been protesting and just decides to go, "Oh, Autumn, it's good to see you again. How are you?" And then just so funnily goes, "How's your grandma?"
To which Autumn replies,
she died about 2 years ago now." And then I burst out laughing.
My poor mother.
It was great. Everyone got along really well, and it was your mom texted me the next morning. It's like, "You guys, like, can I get a picture of you guys in your costume together? You guys are so cute." And I'm making fun of her because she doesn't listen to the show anymore. But your sister Tracy, she was like, "Oh yeah, you do the podcast with Matt. That's awesome. Like, nice to meet you." Like, said hi. And then she was talking to her son one point right as they got back before I really got to talk to him. And I just hear him go, "He's the guy from the podcast."
We're famous.
And like I've never been recognized before, like online. Um,
I've never been
and-
cared about before.
I mean, don't get too real with me. Like, I don't need to air all of my trauma, Matt.
Yeah, and then you guys ended up staying the night.
Yep.
Autumn took my dog to sleep with that night, which made me very upset. Autumn, I'm mad at you.
Matt forced me to sleep on an air mattress.
I didn't force anything. I just thought it would be more comfortable than the couch you were playing.
I wanted to sleep on the couch.
Right.
And do you remember why I told you I wanted to sleep on the couch?
No.
Because the air mattress deflates. And you're like, oh, it always deflates. It's a part of being an air mattress. I don't want something that's not going to work as what it's supposed to be. Yeah, it deflates. It always deflates. Sure. But when I fell off the bed for the third time that night because I roll over and since it's deflated, it just goes on an angle and I roll onto the floor. I was thinking, hey, maybe it shouldn't deflate even though it's supposed to.
It's a natural part of the air mattress. It stretches. It says right on the bottom of the thing.
It's not natural, no matter what he says. Just because it happens doesn't mean it should happen. Yeah, so I wasn't thrilled about staying on the air mattress, but I was happy to be over at your house.
It's not like I threw the couch out the window. You could have still slept on the couch.
No, because the air mattress took up your entire living room. And I
Right.
couldn't get to the couch anymore.
All right. Well, next time you'll just sleep on the couch and suffer the consequences. But I don't want to hear Eddie complaining.
No, next time I get to bed, Autumn sleeps on the couch.
Well, I could give her the air mattress if she wants it.
It was fun though because you turned on the AC for me and then also gave me a fan.
Yeah.
When it was 40 degrees.
Right.
And I was like, is he trying to is he trying to cryo freeze me? What?
Save you for a later date. No, I just wanted to make sure that you were good because I know that both of us liked it cooler in our room, like when we slept in the same room. So I just figured you have the option of a blanket if you need it, and then like the fan was sort of close. You could just turn it off if you needed to. You know what I mean?
In fairness, it was appreciated because I did have to wear clothes to bed. And so I was much hotter than I normally am to sleep.
Right. So I'm looking out for you, man.
That's the worst part about going on trips with other people is I actually have to wear clothes when I sleep.
Yeah.
And like not only is it so uncomfortable, it like the heat. And I feel like when the collar of your shirt gets wet from your own sweat, I'm not sure if everyone else feels this, but it just makes me want to cut the skin off so I can no longer feel.
Right. Yeah.
Don't.
I didn't say anything.
No, I saw it in your eyes, dude.
No, yeah, I hear that. I really do. I hate wearing clothes to bed. I really, really hate wearing clothes to bed. But I also hate the feeling of air on my skin consistently. Like I don't mind it on my face usually. But I hate the feeling of air anywhere else. So like I will take off all my clothes and then completely burrito myself in a blanket so that no air is touching me. Not a single draft in this blanket.
Like at college, I would wear at least shorts to bed.
Yeah.
Just so like you didn't feel uncomfortable. And if the fire alarm went off, I didn't have to go outside naked.
Yeah, fair.
But just I don't know. Even like sometimes if it's like you don't have to change the temperature in the room, but if I just take a shirt off, everything is better.
Right.
And I live by that fact. Just take your shirt off, everything will be better.
Just take your shirt off at any point in time, no matter.
If you're having a bad day, take your shirt off.
Take your shirt off. Right in that business meeting, take it off.
Your boss is yelling at you. Take your shirt off.
That one you're shopping in a supermarket. Take your shirt off.
She took the kids. Take your shirt off.
You took the kids. Take your shirt off.
The kids are dead. Take your shirt off.
Take your shirt off. You know, it helps. It helps every situation.
I'm really glad we were able to do that improv there, and I know you struggled a little bit at first, but we got to a really great place. It's a weird place. There's a lot of kids in there that I didn't.
I saw.
I take some blame for that for saying the kids first. But...
I saw this video. I saw this video where somebody was waiting for trick-or-treaters.
I reposted TikTok.
He goes, not to sound like a pedophile or anything, but where the kids at? Okay, I'm throwing out my topic for the week, which is my background. You can surmise what I'm going to talk about. I'm throwing it out. Trunk or treating is the dumbest freaking gosh darn diddly dang shoot darn it that has ever happened. And people should take their fat little kids trick-or-treating. All right? Take them trick-or-treating. Get them some exercise. What is it going to do? Kill them? No.
It depends if they have seasonal allergies. That's
okay. I mean, that's fair, but you mitigate, you know? Bring a stroller for your kids that can't walk the whole way. I don't know, a wagon if they're young kids. If they're old kids, tell them to suck it up.
When we were over this weekend, it was your community's Halloween, and there was a few parents driving their kids around in their vans.
Yeah, I don't like that either. But if that gets them going door to door with their parents, like a bonding exercise to go trick-or-treating, I don't know. I've just seen way too many videos this year of people sitting on their porch all night long and not getting a single kid. Like, what happened to trick-or-treating? It was so fun. That was like one of my favorite times of the year.
Oh, I don't know what's going on with other places in the country, but my community went feral last night.
Well, that's good, right?
I've never seen this place more organized than when it comes to getting free candy.
Yeah, that's good.
Like there was parts, like there was cones in the middle of the street, so like people weren't going too far to one side and everything like that. Like there were flares letting people know there was turns, and like the police effort and coordination, and like this town has locked down how to do Halloween. And I was just trying to drive over to a friend's house to watch Over the Garden Wall.
Nice.
And it took forever to leave.
Yeah.
Because I live on the main road in my town.
That's good though. You know, like I know it sucks for people who like aren't participating. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things, like a parade in town. You know, like if you're not going to the parade, you're never ever getting across town. Like that's just something you have to realize on days like that. If you're going Black Friday shopping, you're never getting in the store that you need to go to. That's an exaggerated, but I like that more than I like trunk or treating. You know what I mean? Like, or people not going Halloween candy grabbing at all.
Trunk or treats, I think, are good for like before Halloween. Like if it's not like the actual like day going out and getting candy. Like, hey, instead of a harvest party this year, the church is doing a trunk or treat. Bring your kids. We're having a best trunk contest. Things like that.
Event. Yeah.
Right. Also, I'm as much as you hate trunk or treats, trick or treating should happen on Halloween.
Fair.
I'm tired of communities doing it beforehand. I don't care if it's a school night. Don't send them the next day, or just be a better parent. It's Halloween is Halloween. It is a day of the year. You're not going to have Christmas 3 days beforehand just because it's a weekend or a weekday. Yeah,
I agree. I think the reason they do it on Saturday is so they have plenty of time to get their costumes together and in order. You know, some people have makeup and stuff like that takes hours. I don't know. I get it why it's on Saturday, but I also think that Thursday would be, or Thursday, I mean, it's whatever day Halloween is, the actual Halloween day is a holiday for a reason. Like it's there for a reason, you know? Right. So I agree with you wholeheartedly. I just wish more people participated in Halloween in specific communities. Because it's sad when they don't. I understand if you live in the country, nobody's going to walk 6 miles to each house, you know, but if you're in town, there's no freaking reason that anybody should not stop by at your house if you have your light on to get some candy.
Right. And like, my brother doesn't like people. I wasn't home last night. He doesn't want to interact with children, so he put a bowl outside with candy in it.
Yeah.
And like, still participated. Like, just do that. He stopped at the dollar store and got candy.
Right. Like, you don't have to interact with anybody. Just stick a bowl of candy. We had, by the end of the night, we got so much candy from people that we had an entire pot, like a stock pot, like huge soup stock pot full of candy.
And let me tell you, I did my best to help you put a dent in that too.
I have a grievance with you. And you took all the gummy clusters, and I'm so mad. You left like one gummy cluster in the whole thing.
I had 12 packs.
I love gummy clusters so much, and you took them all.
They're good. I don't know what to tell you,
they're
man.
Great. They're fantastic, and they're all gone. I got
go to Sheets and get a big giant bag of them.
He did. I bought. Well, some other people bought and brought a whole thing of gummy clusters. I shouldn't have to buy more because you stole.
No, instead of getting. Okay, first of all, it wasn't stealing. It was Halloween. I was given that candy. Oh, did I steal the chili too that you put out for us to eat?
No, that was offered. The candy was for the neighborhood children, and you took out of it.
And then after the neighborhood children were gone, just gone away, it was no longer celebrating.
With you, sir. Draw your sword. I'm gonna break something. No, the pen is not mightier than the sword in this case because you can't kill me with the pen. Nice try, Joker.
I can kill you with the pen.
You can try.
Very easily.
You won't succeed.
You know what Matt tried to kill me with?
Your
mom. Staircase.
Oh, yeah, no. That's your fault.
He had one wonky step on his back porch. He was like, oh, be careful, there's a wonky step, as I step on the wonky step.
Listen, we haven't had a chance to go around and reinforce the porch like we've been wanting to. Like, that's on our list, but it's going to have to wait till next spring because it's already getting too cold. So, hi, sir. Oh, hello.
So I did have something I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it briefly while I was yelling earlier. I watched Over the Garden Wall for the first time on Thursday.
How was it?
That show is insane.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I mean that in a good way or not.
Okay. I don't think it's for everybody for sure.
Like, I enjoyed it. And like, now that I know the whole show, like, I get it a little bit more. It's like, oh, that's what that is. And like, my buddy Joel, who was telling me about it, told me all the references and like the fan theories about it and all that. And like, it wasn't poorly written and everything, but the biggest thing that made me understand the show, because the character designs were a little weird. There was factors about the show like, oh, I didn't think that was going to happen, or like that was strange and unsettling and things like that. The guy who created that show also worked on the Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Which, if you guys are of a certain age, you remember, quite honestly, might be the most disturbing, at least on Cartoon Network, television show ever, because there was still Mr. Meaty on Nickelodeon.
Oh, Mr. Meaty was wild,
which I can't believe got more than 2 episodes.
I can't believe it aired, like it made it past the
goodness. It was a kid's show. I don't even want to talk about it. It was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was supposed to be, but it definitely wasn't.
There was a tapeworm in one episode.
That show. Oh, I still think about that show, not in a good way, in a disturbed way, that was this real? Like that is what I think on a constant basis about that show. Did this actually happen?
Yeah.
But
Anyways,
yeah,
so Over the Garden Wall stars Elijah Wood,
yeah,
which I wasn't expecting. And then the other kid, Greg, is voiced by the same guy who does the boy on Loud House. I don't know who he is.
yeah.
Um, Notable guest stars on the series are Christopher Lloyd, um, Tom Lennon, and there was also Tim Curry and John Cleese.
Nice.
And Joel cannot hear Tim Curry's voice in the old lady at all. He's like, he doesn't believe it's him. And I was like, what are you talking about? There's one line in particular that I was like, that is Tim Curry. Like that is exactly his voice. And like he's not doing his typical like British Isles accent that he has. I don't know if he's Scottish or not. Like he has an Americanized accent. But it was like you can still hear in his dictation.
Right.
Like he is one of those people that's like such a distinct voice.
Yeah, that no matter what he's in, you can totally hear it.
Like I think he's up there with James Earl Jones and Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's two half brothers as they're lost in the woods and they're just trying to find the way home. It's 10 episodes long. Each episode I think is like 15 minutes, 13 minutes, something like short like that.
Yeah. Sir.
And then the Blue Jay in the show is voiced by, and this is how I told Joel about that because I know this is how some people work. Do you remember the episode of Psych where it was the Mr. Black and Mr. Tan?
Yes.
The assistant.
Yes.
She voices the Blue Jay.
Nice. Yeah, she's got a pretty distinct voice too. She
kind of like New Zealand.
Nice. She's kind of like the girl who voices Louise from Bob's Burgers. Like you could hear that voice anywhere and know it anywhere because it's hard to.
Shaw.
Yeah, it's hard to mask that voice. So
it's funny because she and H. John Benjamin just do their normal voices on that show.
I know.
Eugene Merman kind of does his own voice on Gene, but it's not like totally 1-to-1 because it's like it pitches up a little bit to be a young boy. And then you have Tina and Louise, who are played by men.
Tina and Linda.
Linda, sorry. Louise is the only main Belcher who is voiced by a woman.
Yeah, which is wild. But they play it well, I think.
Yeah. I very much enjoy how they play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Over the Garden Wall, I recommend it if you're looking for something that's not like downright spooky, but like has that eerie feeling to it and like leaves you questioning and wanting answers and stuff like that. Like I said, it is a little bit more Halloween-y, but I think it still has like fall vibes.
Yeah. I've heard about it for years. I really want to watch it, but I'm pretty sure you can only buy like physical copies or
on Amazon.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought they took it off all streaming platforms. Okay. Well, I will have to find it.
Well, it's the 10th anniversary of it because it came out in 2014. So they're actually releasing like some sort of like claymation
sick
thing of it. It looks like you do have to buy it on Amazon.
Right, which isn't the end of the world if you like really love it.
It's $10 for season 1.
Okay.
Which there is only one season. But it has just if you go on Amazon, it says it has 5 episodes, but each episode has 2 chapters to it.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why it is.
I got you.
But yeah, that was my topic.
Good stuff. I'm gonna have to watch it. I've been meaning to watch it for literally years.
It was my first time watching it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, Oh, why? What? Okay. All right. Oh, like I'm very vocal around certain people when I know I can't be when we're watching stuff.
Yeah, they're
And
not going to get mad at you for talking.
right. Like I know theater etiquette, but like I was with my friends and I could be like, now what the heck is that?
And especially with streaming, you can always pause it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's not like it's the end of the world to pause it, explain what happened, and then play it right from where you stopped. You know what I mean?
Right. But yeah, I recommend if you want something that's not scary but a little eerie, check out Over the Garden Wall.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you want more from us, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. You can also support us on Patreon if you enjoy the show. Over there, you can subscribe for $3 a month as our lowest tier. But if you run to our bonus actions, which is our D&D after show for our show TGB One Shots, you subscribe for $10 for that. One Shot should be coming back soon. We don't have an exact date yet, but we're recording more episodes, getting that all ready for y'all. If you want to watch video versions of this show, there's still there are daily episodes being posted on my backlog up until the 8th of November, I think. I might add some more just to get caught up. So you can always head over to our YouTube and watch video versions of the podcast. Look out for episode 100 getting posted soon, so you can see the Garlic Moms again and watch Matt fail at a quiz on his own show. And head over to Redbubble to buy some merch designs by us that pay homage to the show and celebrate what we've done as we've designed them. And watch the YouTube channel, like I said. I think I just repeated myself.
Probably.
Maybe twice, but who knows?
At least you're not falling asleep this time.
Also, go listen to the Clever Boy Quiz, the show. That we're working on getting the new season on that one started too. But that's gonna come back. We haven't forgot about that. I think we should say that. Look, go back and listen to the old episodes. It's a lot of fun. Tell your friends about that one.
It's not like the 8 bits that I've tried to start on this show. We're gonna bring it back. I swear.
I swear we're gonna do it. Matt, do you have a supplementary mom report for this week?
Oh, geez, Rick. Do I have a supplementary? Oh, you know what? I haven't talked much about what was supposed to be my topic today. I'm gonna go with Penelope, the wife of Odysseus and the mother of Telemachus.
Nice. Oh man, I thought you were gonna take longer.
Suck.
You know what? No, I am gonna cut all of that out. My supplementary mom report for this week is gonna be a shout out to my mother, Cindy, because the day after this episode comes out is her birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
She doesn't listen to it either.
Dang it.
I'm not going to tell you how old she is, but she's the same age as Scooby-Doo.
Ouch.
But yeah, shout out to my mom. It's her birthday. You want to say the line with me, Matt? Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Shout out to Cindy. You didn't say it, man.
I didn't know what we were saying.
What are you doing?
Hold on, cut it all out. Let's do it again.
All right, Matt, you want to say the line with me? Ready?
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3. Shout out to Cindy. There we go. Nice. Awesome. Do you have any final thoughts for this week?
Yeah, go listen to Epic the Musical. They released a new album. That's what was supposed to be my topic. Also, go take your shirt off,
Go take your shirt off. Hey. Go take your shirt off.
Go take your shirt off whenever you want.
Yeah, do it. What do you think? There's laws? Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. And remember, as always, to stay garlicky.
Listen, my philosophy is shoes, no shoes, no pants, no service. Why would they ever say anything about shirts? I can't. Hold on.
I think you should definitely wear pants.
Yeah, you have to wear pants. Like it's illegal not to wear pants. But like, why isn't it no shoes, no shirt, no pants, no service? You know what I mean?
Because I think most people are still going to wear pants, but like there are definitely people that will go out in public without a shirt on.
Go on, son. Go on.